Welcome back, everyone. Michael here with Offshore Citizen. I was talking to a client the other day who was asking the question, it was an interesting question, of why wouldn't somebody go and move to a zero tax country, or why would anyone shoot for anything more than zero tax? Now, of course, if you're, say, an American, maybe this means renouncing. And so we'll kind of use that as an edge case and not really cover it so much in this case. Although you could ask, okay, the same principle, I guess, applies. Why not go for zero tax? But I want to answer this question because I do think it factors into the broader context of decision making, which sometimes can be overly tax focused. So I'm going to cover a bunch of other factors. We're going to talk about it now. Before we do, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the all notification bell, tick the little bell, and really appreciate your support. Thank you very much. If you'd like help with the things we deal with here, which is paying the lowest legal amount of tax possible, international tax optimization, relocating abroad, getting residencies and second citizenships, etc., please reach out to us. You can book a call, calendly.com/Michael-Rosmer. There's a link in the description below, or send a message through our websites, offshorecitizen.net and offshorecapitalist.com. Okay, so bottom line here, why would you choose, let's just, pick some random examples. I have the opportunity, say, to move anywhere, right? And let's just say I'm not American, so I don't have to give up my citizenship. That's kind of a big deal. It's going to be a bit of a process. You need to get another citizenship, et cetera, et cetera. Where do you go? You want to pay the lowest legal amount of tax possible. Well, some countries, if you go there, you're not going to be able to pay zero tax. It's just not the way that the tax system works. Maybe you can pay low tax, but not zero. Then there are a handful of countries that are zero. We've done some videos on, what are the zero tax countries in the world? What are these? Basically we've got Monaco. A lot of people don't want to move to Monaco. It's really expensive, kind of crowded, etc. Then you've got a bunch of island countries. Again, for a lot of people, certainly for me, if I can speak personally, I don't want to live on one of these small islands. I would be bored out of my mind. So no go. Then you've got Middle Eastern countries now. I happen to live part of the year in Dubai, and I think Dubai is great. So, all right, fair enough. You don't have to sell me on that. But then you've got a few others. Now, some people don't want to go live in Dubai, right? Some people, their preference is for something else. Now, to be fair, some of them might like to live on an island, all good. Some people might like to go and live in Monaco. But then there's other people who want to live in Barcelona, or they want to live in Italy, or they want to live in UK. Maybe there's job opportunities for them. Maybe there's investment opportunities. Maybe there's opportunities to build their business, or to, go and learn another language or experience another culture. Maybe there's safety concerns for them in one place. Maybe there's education concerns for their family. Maybe there's healthcare concerns. The list is endless. The point is, you're in a situation where maybe you can choose from anywhere, but there are other considerations aside from just tax. And what if what you want is, not the lowest tax option, right? What if that is the case? And I think that's perfectly reasonable. This is my perspective on how I approach it. I think to myself, why do you live where you live? Most people live where they live because they were born there. That's it. Then maybe there was a job opportunity or some educational opportunity. That's pretty much where people are confined to in most cases. And so that might not be the ideal place to you. I kind of figure if I was an alien or something, I came to the planet and I looked at it for the first time, I have no attachments, and I could choose wherever I want, where would be my ideal place to live? That's probably where you should be aiming to get to. Maybe it's not where you go immediately because maybe you need some stepping stones to get there or whatever else, but you should probably go where you think is like the ideal place to live, because you know what? You only have a limited amount of time. And what's the point in going and living someplace you hate, or even is suboptimal, if you have a limited amount of time? You want to make the most of the time that you've got. My basic philosophy in life is maximization. Make the most of what we've got. And that might mean paying a bit of tax. And so what? What did you make money for anyway? Hopefully, what you're making money for is to make your life better and to make the lives of others better. Hopefully. And frankly, what are you making all the money for? What are you saving it for? At a certain point, if you're working on kind of something progressive to get somewhere that has meaning, awesome, fantastic. But on the other hand, there's a lot of people who make a lot of money, and I often say wealth is wasted on the wealthy. It goes into buying stocks or bonds or some public market nonsense or acquiring some more rental properties. At a certain point, why are you doing that? What is the point of this accumulation? If you're not deploying that money to, again, make your life better, make the lives of other people better, it seems like kind of a waste. And maybe the price of making your life better, making somebody else's life better, is that you pay an extra cost in tax. It's not really that different than paying a higher cost of living. You know, if I can go and I can pay cost of living that is, say, 1/3 of what I can, let's just pick a number. Let's say I could save $5,000 or $10,000 a month by living in this place versus this place, and this place has lower taxes versus this place, you know, kind of equals out, right? Depending on your income. Now, maybe it's a big difference, right? If you're a high income earner, then, you know, more than pays for itself. It's one of the things I often say that, you know, coming to some place like Dubai, it is fairly expensive. So, you know, if you're making $100,000 a year, probably not going to realize much in the way of savings. You might have other reasons to come. You might enjoy the weather, you might enjoy the people, you might like to be surrounded by an environment where there's people coming to build things, you know, lots of other reasons. But from a pure tax standpoint and cost of living standpoint, it's probably not going to gain you anything. If you're making $1 million or $2 million a year or more, then it probably pays for itself pretty quickly. The bottom line is, I think it's really, really important to keep the end goal in mind. And the end goal is not about saving tax. It's not even about saving money. Honestly, like, you know, if you're driving a cheap car because you have some idea that, you know, you should save money, but in practice you would really like to have some other car, at some point, what are you doing? Like, what are you saving the money for? It doesn't make any sense. It's, you know, money is just a tool to be used. It's just a tool to bring your values to life in the world. And that should be the focus, not how much tax you pay or what your cost of living is or something like that. So anyway, wanted to answer the question. Would love to hear from you guys if you have some cool ideas of doing something interesting in the world with the money that you're making. Put it in the comments below, and I'm going to look forward to seeing you on the next video.